Hey, it's Marty, the Meticulous Hack. Today I'm going to show you some very important tips when it comes to changing your valve stems on your tub and shower. I have a 3-stem system here. This is Central Brass brand, but this applies to other brands as well. This is my friend's place, and I have the exact same stems at my own place. So I hired a plumber yesterday to change mine for me, and that way I could give you very accurate information. It was $160 an hour and plus $45 for something. I don't know, because I was a new customer. Maybe I was getting penalized for that. You know how they are, and you're avoiding all that. So anyway, this guy was very nice. He answered all my questions. He let me watch him, and I wish I would have known these things once before in the past when I had to do this job. Also, I've watched a ton of the YouTube videos on this, and these tips are things that I didn't really see in any of the other videos. So here you go. I'm going to back up a little bit, and I have changed the hot and cold stems, but this shower diverter right here in the middle, it changes the same way that these do. Also, I'm going to check my work on the cold stem. Make sure you turn your main water supply off first. It would be a disaster if you don't. So I have this tool here called a cowbell. They sell these in sets. I don't have a set, but I do have one that fits. Too bad I don't have a set, because I feel like what this video needs is more cowbell. It has these holes in it. You put a screwdriver through it and turn. This shouldn't be in there too tight. I just put it in there recently, and maybe a little water might spurt out of the. I'm going to, before I do that, I'm going to stick this rag in there to soak up any water that is going to come out, so it doesn't go behind the wall. That was the big bugaboo that happened here to begin with. There was mold, and the mold, we had to get a remediator in, and what a mess. My friend, she's selling the house, and so she had to get that taken care of. But anyway, okay, so I don't want any water going behind the wall, so I've got this, and I'm going to turn this with the screwdriver. You can put a wrench on this, a big pipe wrench, to get some leverage, but I don't feel like I'm going to need that leverage because all right. Okay, so as you see, there's water coming out, and wow, it's going to be that much water. Okay, well, that's left over in the pipes. So here we go. I'm turning this out, and this is what I'm going to show you. This is the most important thing. One of the most important things about this project. See, this is a little washer here. It's a little vinyl washer. When you pull out the old valve stem, you want to make sure that the washer is on it when it comes out, because if it's stuck back there, and I forgot to check on mine, so I'm thinking my washer still may be back in here, but I don't see it, which is good. If it is in there, be sure to get it out with a pick tool or thin screwdriver, maybe needle nose. But if you put the new valve stem in with the new washer and the old one is still back there, then you're going to have a leak. The brass ring you see back there is the new seat. And I'll give you a couple of tips from the plumber when it comes to changing that. The rag is working out real well. All that water, there's a lot of water still coming out. All right, let's put this thing back in. A lot of videos will show putting Teflon tape around these threads, and you're not supposed to do that. This is a tip from several plumbers. The seal in these valves are from the rubber O-rings and washers, not from the threads. Wrapping these in Teflon can actually interfere with the compression and give you an improper seal. Turn this back in there. Okay. No, going more. Okay, that's good. That should do it. I'm gonna get this one out of there. All right. Okay, now I'm going to get the valve seat out of there. These are seat wrenches, and they come in a set of 2. They fit every valve seat made. This is what a new valve seat looks like. It just screws into the back of that valve, and this is the one that fits mine. See, like this one does not, it turns, and this one does. So I'm going to get the old one out, and sometimes that's a little tricky. If your seat wrench won't go in all the way for some reason, you can hammer it. Hammer the seat wrench in there to embed it into the seat to help get that thing out. And if that doesn't work, I'll show you something else. This is what my plumber had to do. My seat was stripped, my old seat, so he couldn't get the seat wrench on it, so he put an Allen wrench in there. This one is too small. I don't have a big enough Allen wrench. This is a 7mm. It probably takes a 9, 10, 11, 12. I just don't know. But anyway, he wrapped tape around his Allen wrench about there so it would stop at the seat, and he picked the right wrench to go in as tightly as it could. Seats are different, depends on the brand and the type and all that, so the opening in the center is bigger and even a different shape with different brands. So anyway, the tape caught onto the seat like that, and he got it out with the wrench that way. No Teflon on this. Not supposed to do it. Let's see if I can get it started with this. I don't know if oh, don't fall in there, please. Boy, it's a good thing I have that rag in there. You have to start it kind of gently. You don't want to cross-thread it. I don't know if this is really... I brought another screwdriver. Let me see if this is any better. Oh, yeah. That screwdriver threaded it in there smoothly, and now I can take my seat wrench and tighten it all the way. This would have been better if I did all of my seats at the same time. That way I could turn my seat wrench freely without these other valve stems being in the way. Alright, that's in there. I'm going to keep this shank straight. Alright, that's tight. This is the new diverter. Here's the washer. It looks like it's made of some kind of coated fiber. Maybe it's fiberglass. This is part of a matching set with these other valve stems. Let's see. Alright, here we go. More cowbell. I'm not putting all my strength and force into this, by the way. I'm just going slowly. I'm making sure that it's tight without being crazy. It's very, very snug. See the water coming out of this stem? This can easily happen, and I saw no videos that mentioned it whatsoever, and even when I did an AI search on it, it gave me bad information. So, the next tip, okay, I feel like this is really a very important little note here. This nut, this is an outer nut that screws back onto a rubber washer, and this nut, I was told by the plumber, should be hand tight. And then about a half a turn. Okay. Now all of these should be that way. I'm going to loosen this. And I'm going to do it to all 3 of them. Hand tighten. And then keeps slipping off, but that was about a half a turn. Let me see. Okay. All right, that's hand tight. I'm going to have a tub surround on here that's going to come out about 1/2 inch, and you'll still be able to get pliers on these. These are made so that they don't leak behind the wall, so that the water will leak out, out of the front of them, just like it did on the diverter. So I'm going to turn the water back on and see how it works this time. Okay, it's fine. Now, let's switch it to shower. I didn't turn it on very much, so it's taking a while to get up there. There it goes. Okay, all good. This particular one comes with this all threaded pipe here. I always called them all threads. That's what I was told back when I was an electrician apprentice. And these screw into some threads that are on the inside of this nut. And then, assuming that the surface is on this, the plastic surround, or the whatever they are, fiberglass, I don't know. Anyway, this has threads inside it, inside this hole right here, and that's going to thread onto there, and then the handle goes, this is for the diverter. It's got an arrow, and that arrow goes down, straight down when it's on tub. And then there's a set screw that goes in there. And there they are. 3 shining examples of outdated hardware. But my plumber yesterday said that this particular brand, Central Brass, is the best in his opinion. He said Delta's good, but sometimes Delta has problems as far as the apparatus that goes behind the wall. Mine are 50 years old and they're holding up just fine, so there's something to be said for that, right? Anyway, thanks for watching, and check out some of my other stuff, please.